If you're the kind of person who gets upset about government waste, lock your recliner in place and hold on to your armrest because you are about to get really upset. What you're about to see is not, a few bucks thrown away on some dinky deal. This is about a couple of million thrown away on a project that was doomed from the start. A lot of people knew that. They went ahead anyway. Here's News 13 investigative reporter Larry Barker.
Taxpayers shelled out millions.
This is a good project?
No, I can't say that.
It took years to plan and build.
I don't know who to point the finger at. I'm not going to do that.
But there's trouble, my friends, right here in River City.
I think it was just a poor use of taxpayers' money and a bad decision.
You'll find the Second Source Reservoir and Pump Station on the banks of the San Juan. It serves as an emergency water supply for the 9,000 residents of Bloomfield in New Mexico's northwest corner. This public works project was completed 2 years ago at a cost to taxpayers of more than $2 million. David Fuqua is Bloomfield's city manager.
Is this reliable today?
No. Not at all.
How about last week? Was it reliable?
No.
How about last month?
No. Bottom line is it doesn't work.
In fact, after years spent designing, engineering, and constructing this facility, today it's basically inoperable. How could something so complicated and so expensive go so wrong? The answer is about as murky as the waters of the San Juan.
The idea behind Second Source was to have a backup in case something happens to the town's water supply, which comes from Navajo Dam 18 miles away. In fact, 12 years ago, Bloomfield came to the brink of disaster when a rock slide choked off the water for almost 2 weeks. The community immediately drew up plans for an emergency backup water system. An engineering firm was hired to design the project. The legislature kicked in money, and so did the state's Water Trust Board. The Second Source project was built along the San Juan River. In an emergency, water can be pulled out of the river, piped to the reservoir, and then pumped to the nearby water treatment plant.
That's the way it's supposed to work. However, the Second Source project was doomed to fail from the very beginning, and everyone knew it. The culprit? Mud. You see, all the silt in the river, especially after a heavy rainfall, renders this multi-million-dollar project virtually useless.
If you had to rely on this as your emergency water supply for Bloomfield, what would happen?
Well, it would do a lot of damage in one day. Just in the amount of silt that we would have to remove from that one day would be staggering. Plus the damage it would do to the pipes, the pellers at the plant, the filters. It would be very costly to the citizens.
In fact, well before the project was even built, engineers warned that silt in the water can be, quote, very detrimental to equipment, and the abrasive mud would be a, quote, significant concern. Engineers noted that the water quality at this place is, quote, poor. However, the project was built here anyway. David Fuqua took over as city manager after Second Source was built.
In a meeting we had, one of the engineers made the comment that this didn't turn out like I thought it would. And that kind of surprised me.
Did your jaw drop?
Pretty much.
Where does all that silt come from? Welcome to the Largo Wash, 6 miles upstream from Bloomfield's Second Source.
After a heavy rain, tons of mud floods into the river at this spot.
You have a $1.7 million emergency water system that is not dependable. What's it going to cost to make this thing dependable?
We were told by the same engineers that built it, engineered it, it would be $5.5–6 million to fix it.
David, it only costs $1.7 million to build it in the first place, and it's going to be $5 to $6 million to fix it?
That's what we were told.
Who accepts responsibility for the mistakes that rendered this project practically useless? The engineering firm hired by Bloomfield is Souter Miller. Project engineer Doug Mice refused comment. Souder-Miller's CEO Peter Font did not return phone calls. The state engineer told us they had no oversight responsibility. The Environment Department said all they did was issue permits. The Water Trust Board said until our call, they were unaware the multi-million-dollar project was troubled. Bloomfield's current administration blames the last administration. State Senator Steve Neville sponsored a $500,000 appropriation to help fund the project.
The problem should have been identified. The city staff should have saw it. If they didn't see it, the design engineer should have seen it, and I understand that they did, but they pointed it out and they felt, somebody felt they could work around it. The contractor probably was qualified to see that this could have been a problem. And the state environmental people were also involved in the various permitting, as I understand it. So there's at least four entities along there that should have picked up on this. Now, how the project got fully built and implemented in this current state, I can't tell you. That's a puzzle I haven't unwound yet.
Everyone admits there's no money left to fix this mess. And until something can be done about all the mud clogging the system here, this $2 million boondoggle isn't much of an emergency water source. However, it sure makes for one heck of a swell swimming hole. Larry Barker, KRQE News 13.